Hello, my dear students. In this lecture, we are going to understand conduction with heat generation in a sphere. Now, my dear students, let us understand a sphere. If I consider one sphere, solid sphere, here we are considering solid sphere, right? Let us say this is a solid sphere, right? It is looking like football, but it is totally, completely filled with the material, right? It is not hollow, right? For solid sphere, let us say this is a sphere, right? It will look like this, and here the center of sphere will be somewhere here. This is the center of sphere, and from this center we are measuring the radius, right? Here capital R is the radius of sphere, right? Therefore, my dear students, for such type of sphere, the conduction with heat generation equation, generalized conduction with heat generation equation will be, here I have written this expression. This expression is very much lengthier. So my dear students, such type of expressions they will not ask for the competitive exams, because for competitive exams there is no that much space for writing these equations, right? So my dear students, for competitive exams, what they will ask, they will ask the particular special case on these expressions, right? This is a general expression. This is a general three directional 3D unsteady, we can say unsteady, with heat generation, conduction equation for sphere, right? Therefore, my dear students, here the three directions are, one is radial direction, other is, other two are the angular direction, that is theta and phi. Theta and phi are angular directions, also called azimuthal directions. Now my dear students, here for your competitive exam they will ask 1D steady. If they ask questions, definitely they will ask on this particular condition only, right? 1D steady with heat generation, for a sphere, they will ask, right? Now my dear students, as it is 1D, therefore we can say dou 2t divided by dou phi square will be equal to 0. That is, temperature will not change with respect to angular direction, as well as dou t by dou theta, as well as dou t by dou theta will be equal to 0. That is, temperature is not changing with respect to angular direction, only temperature is changing in radial direction, right? That means here we can say the temperature is a function of only radius for 1D direction. That is radial conduction we are assuming here. Now again, if I assume steady, the meaning of steady is temperature is not a function of time, right? That means change in temperature with respect to time will be equal to 0, right? This is called steady. And with heat generation means the heat generation will be there, that is q dot is not equal to 0. For such type of special case, the equation will become, here these term will get cancelled, also these term will get cancelled, and these term will get cancelled, right? Here the various terms are, R is radial direction, capital T is temperature, right? Phi and theta are angular directions, q dot is uniform heat generation rate per unit volume, k is thermal conductivity, alpha is thermal diffusivity, and this thermal diffusivity as well as thermal conductivity as well as heat generation per unit volume already we have defined in heat generation through the plane slab as well as in heat generation through the cylinder, right? So my dear students, for this particular condition this equation will become, let us put this values, therefore 1 upon r square dou r of r square dou t by dou r plus q dot by k is equal to 0. This is called 1D steady with heat generation conduction equation for a sphere. Now we will use this expression, and question for the competitive exam will be only, what I am saying, only on this expression, right? If there is a question on sphere with heat generation, the question will be only on this expression. Now in this expression, R is a radial direction, T is a temperature, q dot is uniform heat generation rate. Because of some external factor, the uniform heat generation rate q dot will be there in the sphere, and this is nothing but watt per meter cube. Means this q dot is nothing but heat generated per unit volume. Q dot is heat generated, we can say heat generated per unit volume, right? Therefore, my dear students, the heat generated q will be equal to q dot into volume. Therefore q will be equal to q dot, what is the volume of sphere? It is 4 by 3 pi r cube is the volume of sphere. Therefore this is the heat generated inside the this sphere, right? Now my dear students, let us do the analysis, and after doing analysis By integrating this equation, we will get temperature profile dt by dr, temperature gradient with respect to radius, and then we will get temperature equation, right? And after that, after finding two equations, we will put boundary conditions. But remember, heat generated is this much, right? And so let us go for the analysis, right? Now, my dear students, let us multiply this equation with r square. If I multiply this equation with r square, the equation will become dou r of r square dou t by dou r plus q dot r square divided by k is equal to 0. Again, therefore, dou r of r square dou t by dou r is equal to minus q dot r square divided by k. This will be our expression, right? Now, my dear students, let us integrate this expression. If I integrate, I will get dt by dr, which is nothing but temperature gradient along radial direction. So let us integrate the expression. Therefore, if I integrate dou r of r square dou t by dou r is equal to integration of minus q dot r square divided by k. Now, my dear students, one integration and differentiation will get cancelled. Therefore, equation will become r square dt by dr is equal to, now uniform heat generation rate is constant, q dot is constant, that is watt per meter cube. K is the thermal conductivity. Here we are assuming that the thermal conductivity of sphere is constant. With respect to temperature, the thermal conductivity will not change. Right. This is our third assumption, that is uniform thermal conductivity. First assumption is 1D, second assumption is steady, and third assumption is uniform thermal conductivity. Therefore, q dot by k is constant. Therefore, it will come out of the integration minus q dot by k, and integration of r square will be r cube divided by 3. Therefore, r cube divided by 3 plus there will be a integration constant c1, right? Now, my dear students, from both sides, r square will get cancelled, right? Therefore, the equation will become, if I divide by r square, dt by dr is equal to minus q dot r divided by 3k plus c1 divided by r square, because here the equation we are dividing completely with r square, right? So this is our first expression or first equation, and this equation is called temperature gradient equation. This is a temperature gradient equation, and temperature gradient along radial direction. Again, if I integrate this equation, then I will get temperature profile. So let us integrate this equation. Therefore, integration dt by dr is equal to integration minus q dot r divided by 3k plus c1 divided by r square. So, my dear students, if I integrate, here integration and differentiation will get cancelled. Therefore, the equation will become, the temperature is equal to, again, minus q dot divided by 3k is constant, and the integration of r will be r square by 2. Therefore, 2 into 3 will become 6 in the denominator. Therefore, it will become minus q dot r square divided by 6k plus c1 is constant, right? C1 is constant, and the integration of 1 upon r square will be minus 1 upon r, right? Such type of integration you must know, minus 1 upon r plus there will be new integration constant c2. Therefore, temperature will be equal to minus q dot r square divided by 6k minus c1 by r plus c2. This will be our temperature equation, temperature profile. This is the second equation which gives us temperature profile. Now, my dear students, C1 and C2 are the integration constants which we need to find with the help of boundary condition. So, my dear students, here I will write equation number 1 and equation number 2 somewhere here, so that we will solve these equations for boundary conditions. Now, my dear students, here we have written the two expressions, that is temperature gradient and temperature profile equation. Now, let us find the boundary condition first. Right. Now, very first boundary condition is that we are going to find boundary condition. Here we have assumed steady state condition, steady state conduction. That means the temperature is not a function of time. That means we can say the change in temperature with respect to time will be equal to 0. There is no change in temperature with respect to time. Now, this sphere at circumference or at extreme location, the sphere will be having temperature of wall temperature. Let us say at this extreme location, whenever radius is capital R, the sphere will be having wall temperature, wall temperature. Likewise, wall temperature at extreme location, there will be a wall temperature. Right. Now, my dear students, let us understand this steady state condition. Means with respect to time, the temperature at any particular location will not change. Now, the meaning of this statement is that the wall temperature will always remains constant with respect to time. right? And my dear students, but inside this sphere the heat is uniformly generated. Now as heat is generated inside this sphere, the temperature of sphere will increase, but to maintain constant temperature with respect to time, so whatever may be the heat generated inside the sphere must be conducted through the sphere and convected to the outside ambient. Therefore here we can say the heat generated inside this sphere gets conducted through the sphere. Right here this heat will get conducted through the sphere. This is a Q conduction, and the same heat will get convected to the outside ambient. The same heat will get convected to the outside ambient, right? And my dear students, let us assume the outside ambient temperature is T infinity and the convective heat transfer coefficient is EH. Now this EH is nothing but watt per meter square Kelvin, that is called convective heat transfer coefficient, and this cylinder will be having thermal conductivity in watt per meter Kelvin, right? Now because of this thermal conductivity, heat gets conducted as per Fourier law of conduction, and as per Newton's law of cooling, the heat will get convected from the surface of this solid surface of this sphere to the outside ambient air, which is at temperature T infinity and convective heat transfer coefficient EH, right? Now my dear students, whatever heat generated must be equal to heat conducted through the sphere must be equal to heat convected outside to the ambient air. This is a steady state condition, then only the temperature of particular location will remain constant. Therefore here we can say the heat generated must be equal to heat conducted through the sphere must be equal to heat convected to the outside ambient, heat convected to the outside ambient, right? Now we know that the heat generated is nothing but heat generation rate, that is watt per meter cube into volume. Therefore heat generated will be equal to heat generation rate Q dot into volume is equal to heat conducted as per Fourier's law of conduction. It will be minus Ka dt by with respect to dr, with respect to radial direction it is dt by dr, right? Where this area is area of conduction, and for conduction we are considering perpendicular area to the direction of heat flow, and the direction of heat flow is radially outward. The direction of heat flow is radially outward. Therefore for this radially outward direction, the perpendicular area is nothing but surface area. And in convection is nothing but EHA T wall temperature minus surrounding temperature T infinity, T wall minus T infinity, right? And here for convection, this area is exposed area between surrounding and the solid surface. Therefore my dear students, here exposed area is nothing but surface area, and the perpendicular area to the radial direction is also surface area. Therefore here we can say conduction area is equal to convection area, which is nothing but 4 pi r square, which is the surface area of the sphere. So let us put these values here. If I put these values here, then I will get the expression as, the expression will be Q dot into volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube is equal to minus K area is 4 pi r square into dt by dr is equal to H area is 4 pi r square T wall minus T infinity. And my dear students, by equating equation number 1 and equation number 3, we can find wall temperature, because many times they will ask you question to find wall temperature in the competitive exam. If I equate first with last, then I will get wall temperature, right? And my dear students, if I equate first expression with the second expression, then I will get this temperature gradient, that is dt by dr at location small r is equal to capital R, because we have considered area at capital R location, right? Therefore this dt by dr equation we have. So let us find this dt by dr from this expression and equate this dt by dr with available equation. Therefore my dear students, Q dot into 4 by 3 pi r cube is equal to minus K 4 pi r square dt by dr. So let us compare these two expressions. Here 4 r square will get cancelled. Therefore here 4 pi r square will get cancelled, right? And this dt by dr is at r is equal to capital R, right? So my dear students, let us simplify this expression. If I simplify this expression, the expression we will get, right? Here I am simplifying this expression, right? So my dear students, here the expression we will be having is this q dot into r divided by 3 will be equal to minus k dt by dr, but r is equal to capital R here, right? Therefore, the dt by dr temperature gradient along radial direction will be equal to, when r is equal to capital R, will be equal to q dot minus q dot r divided by 3k, right? This expression we will get. Now, my dear students, let us compare this expression with the equation number 1, right? With the expression number 1. Now we have expression number 1. Let us compare them. First expression, this dt by dr put at capital R. Whenever r is equal to capital R, this r will become capital R. Right? Therefore, we have dt by dr whenever r is equal to capital R, that is on circumference, is equal to minus q dot capital R divided by 3k plus c1 divided by capital R square is equal to, and just now we have derived the expression, that is minus qr divided by 3k, therefore is equal to minus q dot r divided by 3k. So my dear students, from both sides minus q dot r divided by 3k will get cancelled, therefore we will get c1 divided by r square is equal to 0, right? So my dear students, here the radius of sphere cannot be infinite. The sphere will be having finite dimension, therefore this radius cannot be infinite, therefore this c1 must be equal to 0. Therefore, the first integration constant, that is c1 is equal to 0, we will get, right? And my dear students, let us put this first integration constant c1 in equation number 1 and in equation number 2, right? Let us put this first integration constant. So if I put this c1 is equal to 0 in both expression, the new expression will become, here this c1 divided by r square complete term will become 0, and c1 divided by r will also become 0, right? Therefore, the new expressions will become, right? The new expressions will be dt by dr will be equal to minus q dot r divided by 3k. This is the first expression, and temperature is equal to minus q dot r square divided by 6k plus c2, second integration constant. This will be the second expression, right? Now here we have calculated the first integration constant. Now let us find second integration constant, that is c2. For second integration constant c2, we have to use second boundary condition. So second boundary condition is that for temperature to be maximum, the change in temperature along radial direction must be equal to 0. dt by dr must be equal to 0, right? Therefore, my dear students, let us compare this condition with first condition. Therefore, if dt by dr, which is nothing but minus q dot r divided by 3k, becomes equal to 0. Now here q dot is uniform heat generation rate, which cannot be 0. K is thermal conductivity, which cannot be infinite. Therefore, this r must be equal to 0 for getting this term equal to 0. Therefore, we can say the maximum temperature gets whenever radius is 0. That means at the center of sphere, at this point, at the center of sphere, there will be a maximum temperature, right? So let us put this condition in second expression, that is temperature equation. Therefore, we will get the temperature is equal to minus q dot r square divided by 6k plus c2, and this, whenever this r becomes equal to 0, the temperature becomes maximum. Therefore, maximum temperature is equal to c2. Therefore, another integration constant we will get, that is c2 is equal to maximum temperature. Again, let us put this c2 is equal to maximum temperature in second expression, right? Therefore, the temperature profile becomes temperature is equal to minus q dot r square divided by 6k plus maximum temperature, right? Therefore, my dear students, the maximum temperature minus temperature any location t will be equal to plus q dot r square divided by 6k, because this q dot r square we are considering on left side and t on right side. This will be our expression, right? Now, my dear students, this expression is very much important. From this expression, we can say the temperature difference is directly proportional to r square. The temperature is directly proportional to r square. Therefore, temperature profile will be parabolic. Here, temperature profile will be parabolic, right? And we are moving towards our third boundary condition. Now, let us use third boundary condition, right? Now, my dear students, let us put here third boundary condition. That is, whenever radius becomes equal to capital R, whenever radius becomes equal to capital R, the temperature will become wall temperature. So let us put this third boundary condition. Third boundary condition is whenever radius becomes equal to capital R, the temperature will become wall temperature, right? So let us put here. Therefore, maximum temperature minus wall temperature will be equal to plus Q dot capital R square divided by 6K, right? This will be the difference between maximum temperature and wall temperature. And in competitive exams, maximum time they will ask question on this difference. They will ask you what is the maximum temperature minus wall temperature for the sphere. It is Q dot R square divided by 6K, right? Or they will ask what is the difference between temperature at the center of sphere to the center temperature on the wall of sphere. It is Q dot R square divided by 6K, right? Now, my dear students, for plane slab, we have derived the same expression. Let us say for plane slab, let us say this is a plane slab, right? Having this center line, on the center line x is equal to 0, this extreme edge is x is equal to L, this extreme edge is x is equal to minus L, means the length of slab is 2L. Length of slab is 2L. Whenever the length of slab is 2L, the maximum temperature will be at x is equal to 0, that is on the center of slab, maximum temperature, and the outside temperatures for T wall. If I am considering both sides of wall are subjected to same surrounding, that is same wall temperature, and the temperature profile was linear on, sorry, here parabolic. The temperature distribution is parabolic, that is temperature is flowing, the heat is flowing from maximum temperature, that is from center to the wall, from center to the wall. That already we have learned in heat generation in a plane slab. For this lecture I have taken this concept, I have taken for at least 65 to 70 minutes, right? So you can watch my previous lectures for this concept. Here I am only explaining. And my dear students, in this case, in this plane slab case, we got the maximum temperature minus wall temperature as Q dot El square divided by 2K, where El is a half length of the slab and K is the thermal conductivity of the slab. That expression we have derived. Similarly, we have derived the expression for cylinder. Let us say there is a cylinder like this. Let us say there is a cylinder like this, right? Here this is a cylinder. In one of the lecture, also for cylinder, I have taken the lecture for at least almost for 30 to 35 minutes. I have explained this concept. On this axis, there will be a maximum temperature for the cylinder. There will be a maximum temperature for the cylinder, and on wall there will be a wall temperature, T wall, right? And between maximum temperature, the heat always flows from the maximum temperature to wall temperature, means from center, that is axis, to the wall, right? This will be the direction of heat flow. And the temperature profile again in case of cylinder is parabolic, like this, right? From maximum temperature to outside wall, right? This is how heat is flowing. And here also, in both case, the temperature profile is parabolic, and in case of sphere also, temperature profile is parabolic, right? And my dear students, here for this cylinder, the difference between maximum temperature and wall temperature we have derived as Q dot capital R square, that is radius of cylinder, divided by 4K. This was our expression, right? And here for sphere, the same expression we have derived. Maximum temperature will be at center, which is minus wall temperature will be Q dot R square divided by 6K. Here factor 2 for the wall, 4 for the cylinder, and 6 for the sphere, right? So let us understand the temperature profile. Again, for sphere, the temperature profile is directly proportional to radius square. Therefore, in case of sphere, if I draw temperature profile, let us say this is a sphere. Right? Here it is a sphere like this. It is like football, but it is solid. Here it is a center of sphere, right? At the center, there will be a maximum temperature, and on wall there will be a wall temperature, right? And between this wall and maximum temperature, the profile will be parabolic. This profile is parabolic. For everything, for wall also it is parabolic, for cylinder also it is parabolic, with heat generation. What I am saying, with heat generation, right? Now, my dear students, and this difference, maximum temperature at center minus wall temperature for the sphere will be equal to Q dot R square, where R is the radius of sphere, divided by 6K, right? Thank you, dear students. In next lecture, we will see numerical on this topic.